My name is Chris Nelson. I'm a saxophonist, guitarist, and vocalist based out of the Myrtle Beach area. We play a little bit of country, a little bit of soul, a little bit of rock and roll. I pretty much switch instruments and stuff throughout the full band shows. So we offer a little bit of variety, a little bit of everything to everyone that comes to our shows. COWBOYS still rolling right. Watch me wade in the water against the tide. I feel like sometimes people are kind of off-put, you know, being a country musician and bringing the saxophone out at shows. most people really enjoy it because, you know, kind of a breakup from what we're normally doing. It adds a kind of a texture, a new layer to the show. And it's like I tell my guys in the band, just because, you know, I sing and I write country music and songs, I wasn't going to stop playing the sax during the shows because it's a big part of who I am and my musicianship and what I enjoy doing. So. I studied music at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. I was a clarinetist there. I played and studied classical music and jazz studies. Played in the wind ensembles, the jazz ensembles, and really didn't start getting interested in the saxophone until high school, and been playing ever since. I fell in love with the way that the sax sounds and the you know, the different types of tones and colors and sounds I can make with it. Growls and pops. And the different articulations, the loudness of it, it's just a really cool instrument, I think. For me, I think the best advice I've been given is, especially in a variety of different ways, it being said by a variety of people, to stay inspired. You know, go back and listen to music that made you want to study and be not just a good musician, but a great musician in the very beginning. And then search, you know, when you're feeling uninspired and you need to pick me up, I look for new music that I've never heard before. And 9 times out of 10, I come across a song or a group that gets me really excited about what they're doing. And more often than not, that keeps me going. You know, that keeps me inspired. And also in my own practice, whenever I'm practicing and I have an achievement or a breakthrough, that keeps me kind of boosted up. When I was a clarinetist and I wanted to play saxophone, they told me I needed to stick to clarinet. And if I had done that, I wouldn't be the musician that I am, and I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. When I started singing country music, people told me, you know, well, what are you doing? You're not really a vocalist, but now I make my living doing it. So I guess what I would say to myself is, if I could go back and say, hey, this is the one piece of advice, I'd say, just be you. You know, whatever feels true to yourself and true to your to the music that you like to create, keep doing that. Because I think if you enjoy what you do and what you're doing feels right, you know, then you're going to do it more. You're going to do it often. You're going to be good at it, and you're going to want to stick with it. So. Loading equipment, unloading equipment, and then after the show, packing equipment up. Everything else I pretty much enjoy, but I'm sure a lot of musicians out of here, when you guys see this, you'll be able to relate to me whenever I say I cannot wait till I get to the point that I can hire another man as a roadie full time for the band. I love that whenever I play, I really don't think about anything else other than what's going on in the moment. My brain's kind of swimming around in the sounds and the rhythms and like what the musicians around me are doing, and that alone, it's really kind of it's like a drug almost. I mean, it's addicting, and I can't get enough of it. So just music itself, interacting with other people, playing music is just really, really great. I love the fact that I can write music and songs for people, and it truly affects them. I just wrote a song that's out on my YouTube channel called 59 Years, Almost 60, about a fella I met at work. And the story of the song is like, it's about him and his wife. He said, we were together for 59 years, almost 60, and that sparked an idea. So I love how like real life and music all have symmetry. And my music can affect people in real life scenarios and events, and people and who they are can affect me. So that's a big thing. That's the reason why I write songs. Is because people, they either interpret what I take and put out there into the world, and they make it their own interpretation and they get something from it, or vice versa. I take something that somebody's been through and then I make it my own experience or creation. The third thing, I just really love that there's no limit. Like there's never been a point where I've stopped and said, you know what, I feel like I woke up today and I'm pretty much good enough. You know, it's a constant search for what's next. As a sax player now, as a lead guitarist for my band, and as a vocalist, I'm always trying to figure out what is the next move. And I think that instills discipline in people. I think it instills, work ethic in people that possibly that may not have been there previously. So that's what I really enjoyed, the pursuit of being really, really good at your craft. One of my favorite songs to play right now with the full band is my single that's been released here recently, Working Class Heroes. I like people's reaction to the story. I wrote this song about my father, who is, one of my biggest idols and heroes. And, when people listen to the song live and their feedback and how they take that song, and they can, again, like I said before, like they make it their own interpretation in their own life, their own experiences they bring into the mix. And it's like the song is reinvented every single time that somebody listens to it, and they say, wow, that really reminds me of Papa, or that reminds me of whatever, or it reminds me of my mom or my sister or some other hardworking person. So it's really beautiful how like it can continue to change its meaning through other people and their experiences. An artist that I came across when they're on tour with Luke Combs' world tour, but before that they were really underrated. Still, I think very underrated. Even though they've had a big breakthrough, it's Flatland Cavalry. They're a Texas-based country band, and it's just feel-good music, man. I don't know any other way to say it. I put it on in the car, and the fiddle, the lyrics, and the harmonies and everything is just absolutely amazing. It's like I said, it's really feel-good Texas country music. It's good stuff. You guys can find us on Facebook at Christopher Nelson Music, Instagram at Chris Nelson Band, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Deezer, pretty much anywhere you can stream music at Chris Nelson Band. And I look forward to seeing you guys at a show. We perform primarily in North Myrtle Beach, and Myrtle's Inlet, but for the first time this year, we're actually going out on the road to a variety of states. So I hope to see you guys there at the show.